So let's have this. Welcome and once again good morning.
Good morning, sir.
At the very outset, I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to all the educators for being present on the very first day of the new year with the motive and energy that something should be added to our capability. And this program, the first of the in-house training of this year, is certainly going to add to your capabilities, enhance your life skills, and make you more successful in life. Friends, you may wonder that you have already attended so many webinars, so many online training sessions, yet in-house training, attains greater importance in our life. Why? The question comes, why? See, what we listen on, voice model and what we do in front are different. Do we agree or disagree? Please, everybody has to be interactive. What we listen on voice and what we see on face to face and what we do in front have a difference. Am I right?
Yes.
So I believe that this interactive session is going to leave behind an imprint of thorough interaction and which will definitely enhance our capabilities, not your capabilities, our capabilities. And it is going to develop life skills in each and every one of the educators. Friends, the very first question that comes to your mind, that what is different between skill and life skill? Can anybody come up with one answer? What is skill and what is life skill? How are they different? Skill and life skill. There is a bit of difference. What do we mean by skill? Madam, anybody please? What is skill?
Sir, I think,
Yes.
Sir, I think skills are something that we have inside us, that we use in our life goals. But life skills are different. Life skills comes when we interact with people, when we attend any seminars.
Exactly.
Yes, life skills are means means to for our earning to survive in this competitive world.
Yes,
These are life skills.
you are right, absolutely right.
Yes.
Yes, please. More broadly, skill that is, that we learn or we inherit from our knowledge, from our day-to-day workings. But life skills are little different. What does WHS say about life skill? Life skills are the skills that are learned. They are learned in our day-to-day activities. We learn it every day. Driving skill, speaking skill, listening skill, interacting skill, problem solving skill, creative thinking, right thinking, wrong thinking, interpretation. They are all skills. But most importantly, today's focus will be on all the important life skills which are viable in learning teaching scenario, particularly in schools. So when I talk about developing or enhancing life skill among the educators, simultaneously I mean developing the life skill of the students. Am I right? Okay, friends. The very first, sessions one is the concept of developing or enhancing life skill. According to WHO, life skills are the adaptive and positive skills that we learn and that enable us to live life and solve problems effectively in our day-to-day life. It also makes our life enjoyable. Do you agree or disagree? This side please. Can life skill make our life enjoyable?
Yes.
If yes, one of you should speak about one or 2 points. How can life skill help us enjoy life? This side please. It should be an interactive session. I just want that everybody should come up. Life skill should always be a helping hand to every one of us. it will make us enjoy life. Can anybody please tell how one skill, let us say the skill is simply self-awareness. Let us talk about self-awareness. How can we really help ourselves by knowing oneself? Is it not important to know oneself? Yes, you please. Is it important to know oneself, yourself, myself? Yes, please.
Obviously.
Yes, why it is important to know oneself?
One should know his merits as well as the demerits.
Very good. Yes, strength and weaknesses.
Ah.
Yes, strength and weaknesses.
To
Very good.
enhance himself in a better way and
Exactly.
to learn the skills. As such, the speaking skills.
Likes and dislikes.
Likes and
You
dislikes.
should know what are your likes, what are your dislikes, what are your merits, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Now, knowing oneself will help you know others. Am I right?
Yeah, obviously.
If you know yourself, you can also know others. Keeping in mind your likes and dislikes, the likes and dislikes of the other people can be accepted. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because individually we have different tastes and distastes. Am I right, sir?
Yes.
Khana sir, your yes, help, initiative please. Knowing oneself also provides an opportunity of simple interaction with others. Am I right or wrong? If I know myself, can it help me to interact with others in a better way?
Yeah.
How? Sir, please give one or two points.
If you know yourself and that what you can do in your life,
Yes, yes.
what not, and so in this way, and what happens that when you meet with the other people, and you it helps you and just to know them and what they want and what their likes and dislikes are there. In that way, and you interact with the people.
Exactly.
You interact with the
Exactly.
people and you help others also and just to grow and then and just intimacy and grow and between and two people and getting together and they and just grow in the life.
Very good. Now, this side please. As the world is moving fast under the fast growing technologies, it is quite apparent that we have to keep updating our skills. Am I right? Keeping in view the changing demand and challenges of the society. The demand and challenges of the society is changing day by day. Agree or disagree? Today's technology will be useless tomorrow. Tomorrow I mean after 5 years. After 10 years, that technology will be useless. Am I right? Today's skill can be a help to the skill that you will learn in the coming days. But maybe that the skill that you have learned till now may not be useful in the coming 5 years. Am I right? So is it essential to keep updated with the skills that is required to meet the challenges and demands of the society? Right or wrong? What I am saying, we are going to enhance our skills in different aspects in order to meet the demands and challenges of the society. Agreed or disagreed?
Agree, sir.
So now I have a question that suppose you are educators, you have a heterogeneous class. Class is never homogeneous. It is a heterogeneous scenario. Different students come from different backgrounds, cultural, social, psychological, cognitive, different backgrounds they come. So when the children come from a heterogeneous cultural and social group, you have to handle them and you have to make them live a balanced life and balanced society. So apart from academics, they have to learn to cope up with the challenges. Am I right? So if we ourselves are not capable of coping with the challenges of demand of the society, can we make the other learners cope up with the challenges?
Never.
Yes or no? I don't think. So friends, it is very important and most importantly, the institution that you are working in, that has a value and that will be added only when you are capable. Remember one thing, the institution that you are working at, I am not talking about only this school, any other school where a teacher is, educator is working. Now, if you are not adding value, good morning sir, if you are not adding value to the institution by your capabilities, by your abilities, if you are not adding value to the institution, your service will not be required anymore. Remember. Now the concept of giving contribution to the institution means adding value to the institution, to the, whole and soul of the society. If you are not able to add new values to the institution, your services will not be required in the future. Because every time the institution wants growth, and the growth, academic growth, the social growth, the cognitive growth, the accomplishment, the results, and everything goes on increasing in geometric progression, not in arithmetic progression, geometric progression. The demand of the society, the aspiration of the society, the aspiration of the institutions goes on increasing day by day. So if your abilities are not congenial to the growth of the institution, if you are not adding value to the institution, your services will not be required in the future. I am very sorry to say, sir, but this is being done by most of the institutions here and there. The people, decide the salary of the teachers as per the capacity, as per the abilities, as per the performance, as per the results, and as per your whole and soul personality. Is it right or wrong? The statement I have said. Different public schools have decided different salaries according to your capabilities. So friends, enhancing life skill is paramount for each and every educators. If you really want to survive in the teaching learning scenario, you will never say, I'm not going to enhance my life skills. Once you say you are not going to enhance your life skill, your scope of being an educator ends there. You won't be surviving in the teaching learning scenario. This is only one negative statement that I have spoken in front of you, which is a bitter truth. Am I right, sir? Yes. The changing demand and the changing expectations of the parent is so much so that you have to compete with the society in terms of accomplishment. And the accomplishment of your learners will decide the index of your performance. Am I right, sir? So let us come to some of the important discussions. And allow me, sir, I must extend my heartiest thanks to Vipul sir for allowing me to interact once again in the new year. And I am sure all of you are prepared to go for enhancing your life skills. Agreed or disagreed? Are you prepared? आवाज नहीं आ रही है। एक छोटा एक्टिविटी करना होगा सर, एक छोटा सा बॉल चाहिए करूँगी ऐसी वाला, वो करा के थोड़ा ये लोग को वार्म अप करना होगा, नहीं तो छोटा सा एक्टिविटी। Let us come to different life skill and positive behavior. The word adaptive is very known to all of you. All of you are acquainted with adaptive. What is adaptive?
Yes.
Adaptive. What is adaptive?
You have to adapt according to your situation.
Oh, you mean to say flexible. You must develop flexible attitude and attributes in your life. By flexible, you must be able to adjust to the changing circumstances. Am I right? And the scenario, educational scenario, is changing day by day. Am I right or wrong? So you must be prepared to adjust with the changing scenario and adjust your abilities and enhance your abilities according to the demand and challenges of the society. Agreed or disagreed?
Yes, I agree.
Very good. Now coming to the point, we are coming to the different, life skills that we are required. As your friend, Khanna sir said, that knowing self, that is self-awareness. Self-awareness makes us aware about the whole world. If you are not aware about what are your capacities, what are your good things and what are your bad things, what are your merits and what are your demerits. If you are not aware of yourself, you won't be able to know others very well. And even if you try to know others, you will be somewhere lacking because your tests and distests are very important. Similarly, in the class scenario, children have different tests. Some are good at dramatics, some are good at maths, some are good at science. You have to keep in mind the different heterogeneous talents of the children. Do not compare two children in literature. If one is poor, another one is good. Do not say. You do not know anything. Never say you do not know anything. Always allow him to express his feelings about literature in a way he likes. Never compel him to speak the same thing that the child who loves literature spoke. No, don't do that. Let the child have different perspective. And so, knowing oneself and knowing others are simultaneous or they are interactive. If you know yourself better, you can know others very well. Second, very most important, life skill that we are going to discuss is empathy.
Yes.
Yes, empathy, being in the shoes of someone else. Always we go on giving comment about the children who are not attending the class. Somehow they are distracted. We keep on scolding them. डांटते रहते हैं. Hey, you are not paying attention. But we are not able to understand what is his mental and physical status. He always be in the shoes of someone before you give any comment. डांटने के पहले एक बार सोच लीजिए. If you are scolding that child, be in the position of that child's mental and physical temperament. Maybe that the child has overburst or outburst the emotions due to family trouble. Maybe the child is not prepared due to sickness, due to less sleep. That last night his mother and father quarreled. He didn't sleep well. He kept on thinking. So because of his poor sleep, the child is not concentrating. So what are you going to do in that situation? If the child is having some distraction due to some internal problem, what are you going to do as an educator? Tell me.
We have to talk to them.
Yes, please.
We have to talk to them.
Yes, absolutely right. Talk to the child. Try to be in his shoes. Don't give your shoes, but rather be in his shoes or her shoes and try to find out what is wrong with that child. Maybe that you are going to speak a single word which will soothe to his mind and he will start gasping and grasping the ideas again. Am I right? So your one polite words may be a medicine for that child. Am I right? So how will you really analyze unless and until you are in his shoes or her shoes? Am I right? So empathy and compassion are the key to learning. Remember, always be empathetic and compassionate to each and every child. Whatever may be the child's mental and physical, status, temperament, irrespective of his mental and physical, his poor understanding also, don't care. Even if the child is poor at comprehending, don't scold the child. Try to talk to the child. Try to interact with the child. And be empathetic. Try to understand his problem. Talk to the child. Talk to this side. Being empathetic also means trying to give the child, opportunity to express himself or herself. Have you ever come across a situation where you are teaching maths and science, the child is not able to solve a single problem? The whole class he has been sitting and wondering about something. Have you ever come across such a child in your class? Please share. ऐसा कभी सिचुएशन आया है कि पूरे क्लास में आप मैथ्स साइंस या कुछ भी पढ़ा रहे हैं, अब बच्चा पूरा क्लास में कुछ नहीं कर पाया. Though the child is capable of doing, वो कर सकता था.
Yes,
please.
yes, in my subject SST.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, in class 5, a student is there.
Yes.
One day I have given him homework that you have to paste our national leader's photo here.
Very good.
Picture. So what he did, he not pasted. When he came on the next day, I asked, where is your homework? The boy was started, sir, he was crying. So I asked, what happened, beta? Why are you crying?
Yes.
Sir, my father, no one is there who can help me at home. And whatever you teach here,
That is
yes, I understand
empathy,
everything.
yes.
But no one is there to help. I mean, your father, my father used to always drink and sleep at home. He's not doing anything for me. And he started, sir, crying very loudly. And I consoled, no need, okay, I have given time next day or in
Next
2
day,
days. Yes,
no
yes.
problem.
In next
But you
yes.
try to talk to the child.
Yes.
You are empathetic with the
Yes,
child.
yes, yes.
You are compassionate with his
Yes,
feelings.
I call
Am I
his
right?
father also.
That is the
Yes.
way the importance of empathy lies in the hand of the educator when he finds that a child is completely dull in the class. The whole period he has not been doing anything. Try to find out something by talking to him,
Yes.
giving him opportunity, allowing him to express himself. Am I right?
Yes.
Thank you. Very nice. Well done. Coming to the next point. The third point आपको हमको दो ही घंटा 3 घंटा क्या करें एक्टिविटी भी करना है देखिए आफ्टर empathy अच्छा you know empathy can drastically change the entire scenario see have you come across girls particularly I am asking some of the girls are very shy in expressing their problems am I right madam this is a question related to girls you have to handle the girls some of the girls are very shy in speaking to the teachers about their problems. How do you handle some of these situations where the girl is not feeling comfortable in the class and not ready to receive any information what is imparted on the class? How do you handle? This is my question to all of you. I am giving 1 minute time. How do you handle the situation? A girl is not in a position to sit properly. You can understand, but she is also not ready to speak to the teacher by counseling. Well, any other way?
Anita,
Yes,
take
please.
the example of my.
See, I am talking particularly about the female teachers because female teachers generally the girls go to the female teacher to express their inability to sit properly and to learn anything because that time they are not concentrating. They are having some problem. Sometimes they have pain. Sometimes they have different type of situation. They want to talk to the woman, but the lady teachers are very, I mean, adamant. They don't listen. No, I don't want to listen. I want my work to be done. Will she do any work in that position? Tell me. So what will you do in that situation? Yes, that's what, madam. That's what. I want that you should really be compassionate and loving to the child and talk to her in a polite manner and ask her that, yes, please come out, not in front of the class, please come out. I have to tell you something. I have forgotten to give you something. Ask her and pretend that you are going to give her a gift rather than analyzing her problem in the class. Ask her to come out and talk to her regarding her problem. Am I right?
Yes.
Very good. Now coming to the point, why I am just saying, because there are social interactions between child and child. Girls talk to the girls very frankly, but they don't talk to the female teachers. Are you getting my point? The social interaction among the girls is very good. They tell their problems to one another, but they don't tell it to the lady teachers. Why? The interpersonal relationship is not good. You have not developed the life skill called interpersonal. You are not friendly with the girl. You are always scolding her. Hey, sit. You are always smiling, keeping your mouth. Just shut up. Always you are giving wrong remarks. The child is smiling, maybe some good reason. Smile cannot be for a bad reason. Can it be only for a bad reason? If a child is smiling, maybe she is very happy. Her emotions must be taken into consideration. Rather than giving her punishment, allow her to give the reason. Is today your birthday or is it someone's birthday that you are going to give her chocolate? The child's mind will vibrantly turn into positivity. Am I right? And life skill also underlines positive attitude, positive attributes among human beings. We all individuals must develop positive. Even in the impossible situation, we should find a ray of hope to solve the problem. Remember, even if you feel that I am not able to impart anything in the class, then never be disheartened. Find out another way. Innovate ideas and things that can bring some learning in the class. That is what life skill says. Even in the worst circumstances, when you have failed to teach one formula in the class, math formula, several times you have taught children have not received. Even in that circumstances, try to find out another way, find a new way to introduce that formula and derive it in a way that the child will understand. So always have a scope for exploring new ideas. Then only it will be really a flexible attitude. Otherwise, you have given a formula, you have derived it in one way, the child has not understood. You have left behind. And यही तो तरीका है, दूसरा तो कोई तरीका ही नहीं. No, you are very adamant about the way you have solved the question. But the child wants some new way. Allow him to find out a new way to solve the problems in mathematics and science. There is nothing wrong in that. Because science and mathematics always have a scope for innovation and discoveries. Am I right? So go for that. दो मिनट का ब्रेक देते हैं, एक एक्टिविटी है वो बॉल